In a world filled with voxelized objects,
These octagonal mini barrels pretending to be round are rather out of place. These pizza boxes are too tall to be standing upright without clipping into the shelf above them. Springtrap's pupils disappear looking straight forward, but when they show up again, they come back in as if he ended off looking up. While I can't tell if these parts of Springtrap's head are floating, I do know that using paper-thin sheet metal on an animatronic is just wrong. This Chica mask looks way too flat in this lighting. The side of Chica's head should not be completely black. It should have a little bit of light bouncing off of it. The lighting issues don't stop there. In this shot, Springtrap's fingers look human. The night guard's left hand clips right into the table here. Come on, guys. This was a completely avoidable error. Well, that's another strike for clipping, as the night guard's hand decides to pass through his chair. Wait a minute. Now the night guard's head is clipping straight into his torso. Not only can that not be healthy, but it looks like it's time for those extra clipping sins. Rest in peace, ambient occlusion. But seriously, the lack of it makes it look like they just recorded the viewport instead of actually rendering. There's some Z-fighting on Springtrap's knuckle. I know he's supposed to be twitching erratically, but not like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Were the first 20 seconds of the video not canon? Cause we just saw Springtrap stand up. I'm not sure whether to sin the inconsistency or remove a sin for imitating Scott Cawthon's constant retconning of the Five Nights at Freddy's timeline. These broken pieces of wall plaster are floating off the ground. There's a really weird blur around Springtrap's head and ears, but only parts of them? That's Eevee for ya. I'd imagine the night guard would be a little more shocked than this to see a horrifying animatronic banging on the window. This blink happens between just 2 frames. The night guard freezes for several frames before the next shot, and not just in shock. Thanks to the lack of reflections, this window's glass is completely transparent. Why are Afton's teeth so messed up? I know evil people having bad dental hygiene is a lazy shorthand in any visual medium, but his teeth weren't knocked in, his bones were crushed and he bled to death. Before the cutaway, Springtrap's hand was a raised fist against the glass, but in this shot, he's casually resting his hand on the glass instead. Also, that gross blur in Springtrap is back. This rotating chair must either have a heavy base or no wheels if the night guard can shove it like that and it just spins in place. The night guard had fully cleared the edge of the table in the shot prior, but in this one he's still standing in front of it. What is up with the night guard blinking his eyes at different times? This isn't the first time he's done it either. Despite Springtrap giving him at best a light shove, the night guard is sent flying backwards. That was a world-class dive, night guard. With any luck, Springtrap should be sent off with a red card and we can all go home. Quick, use your, pointy feet to defend yourself. The night guard's face is a bit overexposed here. Also, the night guard went from cowering on the floor motionless to suddenly getting up on his feet in the span of one jump scare. That night guard's got to be the most nimble man on earth. The night guard's rig doesn't have fingers, so it just looks like he's holding the maintenance panel by grabbing the touchpad and holding it off to the side. I don't know how he expects to input any commands that way, but you do you, pal. Also, the fan's animation visibly loops at the beginning of the shot. Also, that looks like an extremely ineffective fan. I realize this was an attempt to redesign the night guard's personal oscillating fan to be closer to a Minecraft style, but the animators may have gone a bit too minimalist here. Yeah, the night guard's poses in these 2 shots are not even close to similar. Also, the fill light on the night guard is pretty obvious in this shot. The only actual light source is coming from directly above him. I can understand blinking out of sync when tired, but there was no reason to have him do it here. Man, this would have been a fantastic shot with just a bit more work on the lighting. I understand animators want gloomy scenes, but the importance of brighter lighting is more than just letting the audience see the action. Visual imagery and the harsh contrast between light and shadow are incredibly important when building up, creating, and releasing tension and suspense and horror. The shot of the speaker is meant to release the buildup of tension that started when Springtrap entered the room. So just brighten it a little, please? Oh god, now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. But this fan's animation restarted again for this shot too. The dark spots on Springtrap's suit are just a little bit too reflective. Why is everything so much darker in these shots? If anything, it should be slightly brighter, what with the night guard turning on the security cameras when he entered his office. Dang, looks like Springtrap has his own pair of pointy feet he could use as weapons. I had to check my resolution for a second, but no. It really is this noisy, especially on the night guard's eyes. Even at 2160p, somehow it looks almost as noisy as the previous shot from the security camera, which deliberately added as much grain, static, and alpha noise as possible. The night guard's mouth movement in this shot causes a little glitch under his eye. Is this darker spot supposed to indicate a chin? It seems odd that there's an obviously darker area on the rig, given that the rest of his skin is one color. I can buy that this animation changes the maintenance panel from a wall-mounted monitor to a tablet, since it allows for a more interesting chase scene between Springtrap and the night guard. But now all of a sudden the maintenance panel turns into a personal laptop? Why? The phantom animatronics should have had a glow or transparency in order to clearly convey they aren't real. The editor working on this video has a degree in technical communications and document and graphic design. I just want you to know that this disaster of a user interface made him very angry. You really didn't hear a 2-ton hunk of rotting flesh and metal climb through the vents behind you? Is that supposed to be a jump scare or proof of concept album art for Springtrap's debut heavy metal album? In the shot before, whatever that was, Springtrap was looming above the night guard, and in the next he's already free, running away. We totally missed something important in between. The focal length changing in this shot makes it look like the night guard is running in place. For some reason, there's a part of this purple swirly void that is in focus. Is it a floating cube that just isn't defined enough to tell? The night guard rolled his ankle. The night guard floats in midair for too long when he lunges from the swirly cube, by just freezing and being moved by the animation gods. The underside of this table has a sand texture on it. Modelers, please don't make walls and metal out of sand. It's rough and coarse, and it gets everywhere. The night guard, folks! Wily enough to slip under a desk from standing upright in the span of 5 whole frames. He didn't even hit his head. Here's an idea. If you don't want Springtrap to see you, turn off your flashlight. We don't really see what happened, whether the night guard just shined his light at Springtrap or if he actually punched him in the face, cause the frames just look like this and go by too quickly to make anything out. Anyway, in conclusion, this video is fun. It takes what is normally just a cat and dog chase scene and gives little animation spins that more videos should think about utilizing. Express your ideas in ways more than the ordinary, and you'll typically get better results, not only in what you made being unique, but also people will react more strongly to it.
What was that noise?
Not bad.
Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.